But the ultimate problem I have here is we're now confronted with this false dichotomy again, where people go on about, well, you know, it's the BNP or Islam, I'm going with the BNP. Right, I'm going to go to France and live there. How's that? How about we have neither? I find it funny that we spend so much time in this country at the moment paranoid about Muslims and, you know, concerned about the BNP. And yet, let's look at the facts. The BNP in the election, that best 1 million people. Right. Muslims, best estimate is around about 2.25 million. Put them together. So it's 3.5 million. 3.5 million people. There are 62 million in this country, and we spend our time concerned over the likelihood that one day we'll have to choose between the two groups that are represented by this 3.5 million. So there's 58.5 million people left over, sat there worrying about these people. Right? But you see, because there's no necessarily winning with these people, I realise there are problems on all sides here. But see, this is the great thing about being, you know, a far-left, liberal, linen shirt-wearing, lily-livered, limp-wristed, little piece of fucking mung-bean enthusiast eating, illegal immigration-loving, abortion enthusiast like myself, that the right wing are paranoid and fearful of. See, because my attitude is compromise, right? You've got to find a compromise, right? You can't just, you know, one group is never going to win against the other. And what annoys me most is it's not so much the Muslim extremists in themselves, and it's not so much the BNP yobbos or the white power skinheads or these National Front fucktards in and of themselves. What annoys me is every time they're in the news for some unfortunate reason, it's completely and utterly counterproductive. Right? You never, for example, you always hear about these two, these two skinhead lads who are out with their bulldog tattoos and their fucking, drain pipes and their Doc Martens, and they're high off their tits on meth and other things, and they've been snorting glue, fresh from the fucking Pritt stick tube, and they go out and they see some guy who's slightly brown, and they beat the living shit out of him and smash his brains out over the floor and kill him, right, in an act of barbaric, blind fury and racial hatred. And the problem I have, and what annoys me even more than that, is it always turns out that the kid they beat up, it's never some, it's always some like lad from Morocco or some lad from Algeria who's like a sort of scientific genius. He was on a fucking, he was on a scholarship to Oxford University or Cambridge or something. He was in line to fucking, he was working on the cure for cancer. He was this close. It's always someone like that. I wouldn't mind if once in a while these expressions of, instinct and blind prejudice that these people exhibited would happen to someone who it turned out afterwards, it turns out Raj was going to blow up the Houses of Parliament and Canary Wharf. Then you wouldn't mind as much. And the Muslims are even worse, right? Not the Muslims in general, but the jihadi suicide bomber lot, those lot, what do they want to do? They want to kill the infidel, the white man who wants to destroy Islam, the white man of the West to kill the infidel. So they have these suicide bombing missions. What happens? They attack, where do they attack? Central London and New York, the two most ethnically diverse and multicultural fucking cities in the fucking world, killing between them about 6 white people. What is the fucking point of that? Right? What? So I put my head together. In the meantime, the rest of us normal people like me, we are stuck in the middle, having to deal with these fucking Rottweilers loose off the fucking lead, running around, scaring everyone. But here's an idea. Right? Here's just a compromise. I'm not saying we should do this. In fact, this is just, this isn't even advice. I'm not, it's just a thought I had one day. Right? Why don't all the Muslims in this country who are looking to, suicide bomb at some point, they've got the, they've gone to college, they've got the GMVQ, they're doing it, they're waiting for the opportunity to come along. Why don't all of you just get together? So in one group, so we've got every Muslim suicide bomber in one group, and then you all get on a coach, and then you all travel on a specific date, which just so happens to be the same day that the BNP are having their big annual general meeting, get-together, conference, whatever. So every member of the BNP is in one fucking scout hut in Blackburn or whatever. and you all travel there, right? And then, whilst they're all in there, mixing and mingling, everyone's in there, all the Muslim suicide bombers run in there, quickly surround them, get in the middle, go shout, Allah Akbar, pull the cords, and... At that one moment, everyone is a winner. The BNP are winners. Why? Because the last thing they saw was Muslims running in, taking over, invading, and killing them, everyone. That is exactly the fucking principle they're trying to base their entire campaign on. So they are vindicated and they die feeling that they were right. And that they were the ones who could have saved them. The Muslims get it what they want because they get to kill the white infidels who are hell-bent on destroying Islam and getting it out of the country. And they get to go to, go over and have sex with 15 dead sheep or whatever the hell it is. Right? And the rest of us in the country, the other 58.5 million of us, we have instantaneously been spared and relieved of these two groups of annoying twats. I'm not saying that's... I'm not condoning that. I'm just saying it makes sense. Now, I shall be leaving Muslims and the BNP alone, but not for long. I will be coming back to this in a couple of weeks, when I will be having a nice little surprise for you. It's going to be good. But until then, relax, calm down, there's nothing to be scared of, there's no one trying to kill you, just breathe, and may God bless.